Tales of old Marshall, when we were young. Stories and memories of when we had fun. There were those slippery stairs that the kids would fall down, or walking the halls we'd go round and around. Then seeing that boy of my dreams, the world would stand still, so it seemed. Tales of old Marshall, of when we were young. Stories and memories of when we had fun. It's true the boys all swam naked, can you believe that? And girls had those suits colored for thin and fat. But we all couldn't wait for the dance. He might talk to that girl, take a chance. Tales of old Marshall, of when we were young. Stories and memories of when we had fun. There were ghosts in the basement, we sometimes made mayhem and mischief without getting caught. But that was the fun of a typical kid. Still, most of us learned what was taught. Most tales of old Marshall, of when we were young. Stories and memories of when we had fun. Tales of old Marshall, of when we were young.
Good day, students. We are here today to learn and explore about this magnificent building, our very own Janesville High School. This building style was medieval Gothic. It was constructed in 1921 by J.P. Cullen and Sons. This was only a few years after our General Motors plant was built. Our school was considered quite extravagant in those days, with 2 swimming pools, beautiful woodworking, and marble staircases. Excuse me, young Mr. Vichinsky. Do I need to send you to the principal's office for defiance and disobedience?
No, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Do pay attention. The landscaping included our stately elm trees, and our beautiful auditorium was built to seat 1,416 people. On February 1st, 1923, the Janesville Gazette headline read, "New high school is taken over by 1,000 pupils." Excuse me, Miss Cullen. You know, you really ought to pay attention. As I understand it, your research assignment, according to your teacher, must include some of these historic facts which I have shared with you. Well, class dismissed. One problem we had in the early days of the original Janesville High School, before it became the middle school, was the emergence of old country rivalries. 1940s Janesville had a good-sized Irish population, and some brought with them that historic friction between the Catholics and the Protestants. Irish Catholic students wore their sacred green, and Irish Protestants wore their blessed orange. Believe it or not, there were times when this deep-rooted rivalry turned physical. It is said that on one occasion, a real fight broke out and a boy was actually thrown through a window. Oftentimes, the old rivalry was shown by the school staff, but without the tension, and was reportedly more friendly and congenial.
It may be that they influenced the students to let go of their animosity, especially as world events grew darker, larger, and ever more threatening.
From the NBC newsroom in New York, President Roosevelt said in a statement today that the Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, from the air. I'll repeat that. President Roosevelt says that the Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor in Hawaii from the air.
Many of their older brothers were sent to the Great War in Europe, and this meant that there were much bigger worries than their old rivalry back home. I'm sorry.
I still can't get over the fact that General MacArthur used a Parker pen made here in Janesville, Wisconsin, to sign the surrender agreement with the Japanese that ended World War II. How wonderful.
I have volunteered to chaperone tonight's dance. I really don't mind the extra work, and it's kind of fun seeing my students outside the classroom. They get so excited for these dances. I guess I do too a little bit. I have to admit the music is really fab, and all I have to do is serve punch, watch the kids dance. They're so good at doing the jitterbug, swing, and even rock and roll. The only challenging part is that it's also my duty to make sure no couples sneak off and make out in all the little hiding places in this building. So many nooks and crannies and empty rooms. Elvis is all the rage now. You can see the girls even carry around their albums with them. I will say, he is a nice-looking man. I know some of their fathers won't let the girls watch him on the television. He's been on the Ed Sullivan Show. They say he wiggles an awful lot, and some parents feel that kind of dancing is corrupting our youth. I don't know. The times, they certainly are changing.
Hello, Patty. Hi, Joey. Yes? Well, I was wondering... Yes? Would you like to go for a soda or sundae at Howard's after the dance? Sure, Joey. Oh, that's really swell. Would you like to dance? Sure, I would love to.
girls are finally here. All right, we start a new unit today, swimming. But first, roll call. Janice?
Present.
Peggy Ann?
P.
Oh, all right. You can just sit on the bench over there. Okay, all you big girls, pick up a red suit on the shelf. All the medium-sized bodies in purple. And all you skinny minis wear blue suits. Step it up, step it up. No time to waste. Take those showers and hit the pool. Into the pool in 5. Let's go, move it.
At least we have our own boys' pool. No girls.
True.
But I can't believe we have to swim naked. I know it's been like that for years, but it still makes me uncomfortable.
Well, at least some of us don't have to worry about the cold water.
Mr. Smith, I understand you've been seen on several occasions sliding down the banister on the south staircase. Is this true?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand how very dangerous this is to all concerned?
Yes, sir.
You've earned a week's detention. And if caught again, you will spend the detention polishing those banisters, but not with the seat of your pants.
Yes, sir.
Miss Krause, Mr. Titus tells me you were part of a group shooting spit wads from his third-floor window. Have you thought about how unsavory this is? How disappointed your mother will be when I inform her?
But Mr. Bauer, Johnny shot the spit wad. I had the squirt gun.
Still unsavory. I will see you in detention, young lady.
Yes, sir.
Miss Woodman, do you understand how inappropriate it is for you to be found with a boy in unused sections of the building?
Yes, sir.
If a door is closed, it is closed for a reason. And that kind of behavior will not be tolerated.
Yes, sir.
Detention.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Summers, did it seem wise to you to throw a baseball in the hallway?
No, sir.
Was it fun or entertaining?
No, sir.
It certainly did not improve your aim, did it?
No, sir.
How unfortunate that your carelessness resulted in the destruction of one of the beautiful stained glass windows to the auditorium. I've spoken to your father, and he will pay for the damage. And you will serve 2 weeks detention and have extra chores at home until the price is worked off.
Yes, sir.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you think you need to miss this Friday's assembly?
No,
No, sir.
Will you behave properly and follow school rules from now on?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Oh, all right then. Off you go to class.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
All right, class, in today's science lesson, we'll be focusing on Natus Lace's space exploration. Last year, as you recall, Ohio astronaut John Glenn orbited our Earth in Friendship 7. He was the first man to orbit all the way around our planet. And some say that NASA scientists are preparing the way for an American one day to land on the moon. But we're not quite there yet. Who knows? Maybe one day one of you will be one of those astronauts.
All staff, teachers, and students, please excuse the interruption. We have just received very important news. It was reported just minutes ago by Walter Cronkite on CBS News. that our beloved President Kennedy has died. At 1 p.m. today, our President Kennedy passed from our world.
Ugh, it's not fair! We're out here freezing with bare legs and they can be warm just because they're boys? Not fair!
Not fair at all.
We have to do something.
Like what?
Like a thing I saw in the news. It's called a petition.
What?
A petition. Here. The girls on this list agree that we should be allowed to wear pants to school on cold winter days. Here, now we have all the girls sign this page and we take it to Mr. Bauer to show him it's really important.
Yeah, the more names, the better, right? And if we get them to let us wear pants, we'll finally be warm.
That's right. And I have a groovy pair of jeans. They're out of sight.
Just think, if we can get them to let us wear pants, maybe we'll get to wear our miniskirts and go-go boots too.
Right! No more Miss Jones making us kneel on the floor to check if our skirts are long enough. Too short, young lady. Go home and change.
Okay, give me that. I want to be the first to sign it.
Great, let's split and collect more names. I hope it's enough. Mr. Bauer, sir, may we speak with you?
It is something really important.
Of course, girls, what is it?
Well, sir, we've noticed it's really cold in the winter, sir.
And we get really cold because our legs are bare because of our skirts.
So we think it's time for us to catch up with the times.
And take care of the girls.
And a lot of kids in the school agree with us.
And some teachers too.
We don't think it's fair that boys are the only ones allowed to wear pants while we freeze.
It's not fair, sir.
So we think girls should be allowed to wear pants on cold days for our own safety.
Yes.
I see. And this is a petition?
Yes, sir.
Did you collect all the signatures yourself?
Yes, sir.
Very interesting. And I see your point. But the school board would have to approve this. Do you feel strongly enough about this to take your petition and your idea to the school board?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Isn't the school board meeting over yet?
We did it! They listened! Power to the people!
These days. But I'm glad they have clubs and extra activities like sports. There's always been a big rivalry with Beloit. Man, those kids get wound up. Then there's the cheerleading squad. We just had auditions with girls from everywhere, including the parochial schools. And get this, they only chose 8 out of the 86 who tried out. I was glad I didn't have to judge that. I'm happily in charge of the typing club. One of my students will go places with those skills for sure. I do feel a little bad that my class is on the 3rd floor and she has to carry that heavy Smith Corona up 3 flights of stairs. But that's a small problem compared to some. I have students with more serious issues, like older siblings going off to Vietnam. Times are sure crazy. There's some kind of protest or another every day. People are fighting hard for their rights. I hope things calm down before these kids get out of high school. Meanwhile, most of them are pretty oblivious to world events. They're caught up in the simple things, like going down to the Yankee Doodle Dandy to share French fries, or how cool they look in the latest fashion.
What's with the hat?
Oh, Danny dared me to shave my head.
Man, and you did it?
Would I be wearing this dorky hat on a hot day if I didn't? But I got some good dough for it. By the way, where were you yesterday, man? You were my partner on the stupid English project. I needed you.
Yeah, well, the other day I got dared to swim the rock.
Man, that was you?
Yeah, they said be there or be square, and I was gonna get a pretty penny for it. So I showed up, right? But when I felt the cold water, man, I chickened out and split. They chased me all the way into the building, and I got caught. Kicked out for a day. Got chewed out by my folks.
No way, man.
Yeah, but do me a solid, will ya? Don't tell Jan. I really like her, and I think I might want to ask her out.
Really? Yeah, it's okay, man. I'm really digging these.
Yeah, those are far out. Did you try them on?
No, but they should fit and all. I just gotta check the bottoms. No way, man. These won't cut it. They're not big enough.
Don't freak out. I think they're cool.
It's all right. I don't need them anyway. Hey, man, I gotta go.
Yeah, me too.
All right. See you on the flip side.
Streak the river wall today.
No way, it's first hour lunch. Liz and Maria are out there eating out there on the wall. Do you think he'll do it?
I don't know, but he sure could get in trouble.
Walking the halls at school. Walking the halls at school. Trying to look so cool. Walking the halls at school. Some was so neat, some was so kinky. Walking the halls at school. Walking the halls at school. Walking the halls at school. Trying to look so cool. Walking the halls at school. Some were so cute, some were so rude. Walking the halls at school. Some were so tall, some were so small. Some were so fine,
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
So, you're friends with Faye LeRae, right?
Yeah, she's sick today.
Is it because she's going blind?
What?
She told me she was going blind. We're square dance partners in gym, and she always has really bad headaches and needs to sit down. I feel sorry for her.
She's not going blind, Jason. I think she's just pretending to be sick today because there's an algebra test in Mrs. Ferguson's class later. Plus, she hates square dancing. Everyone hates square dancing.
Are you sure?
Is that what you needed to know? Because, I guess you should ask her because I don't really know.
Well, sort of, but do you know if she has a boyfriend or if she's going to the dance?
Do you like her? She doesn't have a boyfriend, not that I know about.
Well, could you find out?
Can't you ask her yourself?
Well, it's awkward, and I only see her in gym class for square dancing.
And everybody has seriously sweaty hands. It's gross.
Yeah, you're right. It's lame.
I gotta go. Maybe we can talk later sometime about school stuff. I'll call her later and see what she says, okay?
Wait. Oh, yeah, right. Definitely. Call her. I'm really glad she's not going blind.
I'll let her know that. See ya.
Wait. Should I call you later to find out what she says?
No, that's okay. I'll tell you tomorrow.
Oh, it's no problem. Is your number in the phone book?
Gotta go. Can't be late for the algebra test.
So, Jason likes Faye, but Faye doesn't like Jason? Why? He's pretty cute.
I know, and he's funny too. Maybe she is going blind. Just kidding.
Don't look now, but here comes Romeo. Are you going to crush his soul into little tiny pieces?
You know I wouldn't do that.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Brittany.
Gotta run. See ya.
So, I tried to call you yesterday, but the line was busy.
Yeah, my parents don't want to pay for call waiting, but I did call Faye right after school and talk to her.
Maybe we could sit together at lunch and you can tell me about everything you know.
Well, I could tell you now. I mean, we have 10 minutes.
Well, I have Mr. Knutsen's class way up on 3rd floor.
I have him too. Let's walk together.
Yeah.
Hey, did your eggs survive the fall?
Yeah, but I used a crazy amount of styrofoam, though.
Mine just got a tiny little crack, not enough straws, but the parachute opened perfectly.
Whoa, you used a parachute? That's pretty awesome. Hey, have you seen Short Circuit yet?
It sounds pretty cool.
Well, maybe we could see it together?
Yeah, that might be fun. We better get going.
He talked to me, my head was in a book, but he talked to me, I took another look. He was going on about that girl, I told him I would help. My thoughts were in another world, when I was by myself, I thought he laughed with me. He seemed to smile a lot. Then he asked me to sit with him at lunch. Was it me, or did we seem to like each other's company? Come to think of it, he tried to ask if he could call me, and then he danced with me. He held me rather close. Yes, he danced with me. I thought he was the most. And he told me that he realized he didn't like that girl. He wanted just to be with me. We took another road. Maybe he loved
1994, the referendum was just passed to build a new Marshall Middle School on South Pontiac Drive with a student capacity of 1,050. Our city has grown, and so have these kids. The end of the school year can be so bittersweet. One way we manage feelings is to carry out rituals for letting go. And the Marshall Junior High kids had a fun and, well, hygienic way of saying goodbye. Students would smuggle in their supplies, and teachers would work to fill the last day of school with activities to keep everyone occupied all day. At the last bell, the students would be hustled out of the building where they would say their goodbyes with, well, see for yourself.
Hey, dude. I hope you have a great summer.
Yeah.
Butter here.
Oh!
Tales of Aunt Marcia, when we were young, stories and memories, when we had fun. Tales of Aunt Marcia, when we were young. Tales of Aunt Marcia, when we were young, stories and memories of when we had fun. There were those slippery stairs that the kids would fall down, or walking the halls we'd go round and around, then seeing that boy of my dreams. The world would stand still, so it seemed. Tales of Aunt Marcia, of when we were young, stories and memories of when we had fun. It's true the boys all swam naked, can you believe that? And girls had those suits colored for thin and fat, but we all couldn't wait for the dance. He might talk to that girl, take a chance. Tales of Aunt Marcia, of when we were young, stories and memories of when we had fun. There were ghosts in the basement, we sometimes made mayhem and mischief without getting caught. But that was the fun of a typical kid. Still, most of us learned what was taught. Most tales of Aunt Marcia, of when we were young, stories and memories of when we had fun. Tales of Aunt Marcia, of when we were young.